Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joel. I'm now a third semester nursing student at Imperial Valley College, and for today's video, it's going to be what resource is better for nursing school. Is it going to be the iPad? It could be the iPad Pro, the iPad Mini, the iPad Air, or the MacBook. It could be either the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, or if you're into Windows, then whichever Windows laptop. Now, I'm gonna go with the advantages and disadvantages of using the iPad, the MacBook, or if you already have one, if you already have either the MacBook or the iPad, if it's worth it to get the other one. Okay, now I'm first gonna start with the iPad. Now the iPad in itself is really good. Obviously, it's gonna be expensive. They're both gonna be expensive. The iPad Pro goes for around like $700, give or take a few. But that's like the 10.5 inch, which is kind of like half this, kind of like this in size. I don't know. Okay, that's not a good estimation. It's kind of gonna be like this. It's pretty. It's not that big. I do have some friends that they do have the iPad Pro, but the 10.5 inch, and it looks like a small tablet. Now this one is a 12.9 inch. So this one, it has a really wide screen. I'm not gonna lie, and this one will be the one that I would go for if I were you, because it's only $100 more. But the bigger screen, if you're gonna use it for note taking, then this is all you need actually. Now you're always gonna have to buy the pencil, and the pencil's around like $110. I do know that they have like some generic pencils like in eBay or Amazon, but I really don't know. This is the Apple Pencil that charges itself with the magnetic thing that it has here. So you can put it there and it's going to charge itself. Now that for me was a huge game changer, because I used to have the iPad Air, but before it looked like the Pros, like the one that had like the home button and everything. And to charge the pencil, you had to put it like through here, like through the charging port. So it kind of like looked like this. So that looked really wrong. And it was always a hassle. But with this, like your Apple Pencil is never going to be out of battery. And that was a problem I had with the previous iPad Airs and the normal iPad and stuff like that, because that pencil, which you charge it here, it looks very weird. And sometimes like you need to use your iPad, but you need to charge it, but then your pencil's also discharged, so you're like, you see what I mean. So getting this type of iPad that has like this magnetic thing and the pencil is definitely a huge stress relief. Now regarding the notes, this iPad is going to be primarily to take notes. Now the app is Notability. Now I'm going to try and share my screen right now, and I'm going to be explaining the resources that I use with the iPad and the app Notability and how it works out for nursing school. So let's get right to that video. Alright guys, so this is the app Notability. So I'm in the pharmacology section, so let's just say, we're going to review chapter 12. So one of the great things about using the Notability app, which is $8.99 on the App Store. This is non-sponsored, and it's only a one-time payment. Now, with this app, you can download your PowerPoints, put them here, and you can write on them however you want. There's some things sometimes with this app, like sometimes it doesn't download that well. Like let's just say like this, like you see like it kind of like overlaps. That happens rarely. Now it's really not a thing that happens all the time, but sometimes you see here like action potential down the what. But you can just write it if the professor's reviewing, then you can just write it like here, be like, oh, down the whatever it is. You can change the colors of this and even change like the stylus, so it tends to look like this, or change it more like this, like thinner. But yeah, you have that. You have your highlighter, which you can highlight a lot. You can erase, of course. You can crop. So let's just say like you're writing a lot of stuff and you want to make it bigger or smaller. You can just, you can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. If you want to take a picture of the part, something the professor wrote on the whiteboard, let's just say it's like this. So you're gonna take your picture. Now you're gonna put it. You can even make it smaller, the picture, so it can fit with your slides, and it can look like this, for instance. Then you can zoom it whenever you want and just like look at it. You can even write on the actual picture that you took. So yeah, you can just write like some notes there, or make it like a little arrow. It just do whatever you want. That's one of the great advantages it has. Now, another one is like the professor's lecturing and everybody's going to write down every slide. I don't know why. But with this, you just save up time and you can even pay more attention to the professor, and you can write down anything they say that's relevant and make your studying easier. I'm not a huge person of taking a lot of notes on slides, so you're not going to see like me writing a lot. But when I was taking that, like the prerequisites, when it came to microbiology, for instance, let's go with my favorite chapter, which is chapter 16 to 19. 17 to 19, I'm sorry. You're going to see here, like, I wrote a lot, I would highlight a lot, and your notes are going to look like this. Maybe not in nursing school, maybe you're going to do this in nursing school, but for me, it didn't really work out. But in prereqs, this was perfect, and yeah, you can see everything I did, a lot of highlighting. Sometimes I would even, like, write a sentence or two to summarize the whole slide or stuff like that. But yeah, this is one big thing. You can even download books in there. So let's just say we have like the Atlas of Pathophysiology. You can have like this book here, and you have your whole textbook here, every single thing. And you can even, let's just say like we're in cardiac arrhythmia, you can like do whatever you want, circle it, highlight whatever specific parts of it. But yeah, the possibilities are endless with this. And yeah, so that's pretty much in a nutshell, that's Notability. So now let's get back to the video. Now, you already saw kind of like the Notability app, how it works out in the iPad. Now, regarding a little bit more regarding the aspects of the iPad, we also have this kind of like mount that you can buy. I know probably in eBay you can buy a Chinese one or whatever. This is the Apple one. I don't remember how much it cost because it was a while back. But you can mount it like this, so it looks a little more, it stands. Or, which is what I do whenever I take notes, I put it like this, and you're able to take notes like this, rather than not having anything. And I don't know, it feels a little bit weird like this. So having this little mount is really good to take notes. Now that's for that. We also have the Magic Keyboard, which I bought it when it first came out, which was like $330, like really expensive. The only thing quality premium that you can say is that it has the MacBook Pro keyboard, because the MacBook Air has like the butterfly keyboard and nobody likes. Or if you do like it, try and type on the MacBook Pro in a Best Buy, where they have like all the MacBooks, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, like this definitely does feel different. So it makes your typing experience like a little bit better. And also visually with this type of keyboard, it kind of like makes the iPad float. So it looks like this. But aside from that, it's really not that big of a deal. But the typing experience was definitely a huge for me, because this was before I had a good laptop. So I was like, well, I want to make my iPad a tablet. So, well, an iPad, my tablet slash notebook slash computer. So I was like, I want to get this keyboard. But overall, the disadvantage of having this type of iPad is the cost. The pencil's one thing, the keyboard's another thing, the iPad is another thing, and also you want to get like an iPad that has like good storage. Mine is 64 gigabytes, and it's still good, because you also have like the iCloud. But overall, like, it's really gonna be around like $1,600 with everything, more than likely, if you want to go with all the original stuff, original pen, original keyboard. But you can just get like some generic one, and it's probably still gonna do the same. So that can definitely bring the cost down by half, more than likely. So it's gonna be around like $1,200, maybe $1,100. Now with the MacBook Pro, the reason why I got it was because of YouTube. Literally, if I wasn't in YouTube, I would not have bought this MacBook at all. I have already a Mac Mini here, which is what I have on this monitor, and it's really good. But if you already have the MacBook and you want to go for the iPad, then I would say yes. And I say yes to everyone who asks me that. But if you have already the iPad and you want to go for the computer, it's like, okay, yes, you can do that, but don't go for the MacBook. There's no reason for you to get a MacBook, like no reason at all, except to flex. That's literally it. Because the only disadvantage of the iPad is that some softwares on school, or maybe on the nursing program, is not going to open, because it's, you need to run like a specific type of thing that is only on computers. So it's not going to let you access the website. So that's why you would need a computer. But you have school computers, You can have like a random $200 computer and it's gonna work fine. Writing your essays, if you have the keyboard and stuff on your iPad, then you can use this. For everything you can use this. So that'll be like the only thing I will be like, yeah, you need a computer. But other than that, it's pretty basic stuff. Now, if you want to go for a desktop, the Mac Mini, which is like $600, you need to get your own monitor and you need to get your own keyboard and mouse stuff. So yeah, that's another thing. But everybody pretty much wants to go for laptops because they're portable and you can take notes in class. But if you're gonna be taking notes, like typing notes, they're really not that effective. Like if you're a person that likes writing down notes, like a script of the lecture, it's really pointless and you're gonna have a really hard time. Unless you're like less than that 1% of students that actually work like that, then by all means. But I think you're like using a study technique that is really not effective at all, and you're making it like you're trying to force yourself to make it effective. So definitely no, try it, and I'm probably gonna do like a video of like studying techniques that I use in nursing school, so you guys can like use that and that can make your studying experience better. But yeah, aside from that, overall message, get the iPad. Which one, the Pro, the Air, the normal one, that's really gonna depend up to you. Technically, you want to go for the iPad Air, because now the iPad Air looks literally like the MacBook Pro. Literally, it's smaller. I think it's like 10.5 inch, just like the regular iPad Pro. And yeah, but like it's almost like the same thing. Like you can search it up on the Apple Store, and you're gonna be like, damn, like they look pretty similar. It's easier to get. I guess you could say like, yeah, like getting the iPad Air is easier in regards to everything it's simpler because why would you need the Pro? Like honestly, just if you want a bigger screen, the 12.9 inch, then yeah, go for the Pro because there's no reason other than that. Literally, just go for that. But if you just really don't care, or you can just go to Best Buy. More likely, just go to Best Buy so you can see both iPads, like the big screen and then like the 10.5 inch. This iPad is 12.9 inch, so 13 inch pretty much, and the other one's 10.5, so you're definitely gonna see like a big difference. You're gonna be like, holy damn. So do have that into consideration. I do have some friends that they do have the 10.5 inch, and I was like, damn, like that's tiny. But hey, some people don't care too much about it. They're like, oh yeah, it's tiny, but you can move your finger and now like the screen's gonna look, it's gonna be the same thing. But I just like having the bigger screen, and overall for me, like it's more pleasant to use a 12.9 inch than a 10.5 inch because just having a bigger screen for me, my personal preference, is way better. So yeah, my way of thinking is like, if it's gonna make my studying experience more pleasant, and it's gonna be like for a while, like for years, for me it's like a no-brainer because it's like, yeah, it's gonna enhance my education. I'm gonna be more likely to use it because I want to have that experience typing it, writing it, whatever. So yeah, like for me, it's like a no-brainer. So if you're tight on money, then definitely go for the iPad again. If you have the MacBook, yes, go for the iPad. If you have the iPad, don't go for the MacBook. Just go for a regular computer, not more than $300 because you really don't need it at all. You just need it for those type of programs. So I would really recommend for you to buy it if you need a laptop for whenever you have like that type of website. I do have a lot of nursing websites here, but there has only been one, and I don't remember which one it was, that I couldn't log in. So it's like, in my 3 semesters of nursing school, it's like I only had it happened once, and that's it. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap the end of this video. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.